It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Mr. Bang posted 2:35.822 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Jury U is on their practice out lap. Mr. Bang has a best lap time of 2:35.053. Eric Wolfs is on their first practice flying lap. It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it. Starting with that aero package, a Euro, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure, you tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
Eric Wolfs has a best lap time of 2:32.330. Wayne Pearson is on their practice out lap. Mr. Bang posted a 2:35.822 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Eric Wolf's posted 909.115 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Wayne Pearson is on their practice out lap. It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Chris Ilduke is on their practice out lap. Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Armin Sunoiler is on their practice out lap. It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Chris Ilduke is on their practice outlap. It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Richard Rossier is on their practice outlap. Eric Wolfs has a best lap time of 2:32.330. It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Chris Ilduke is on their practice outlap. It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Mate, these drivers are in a Euro T just burning rubber for the fun of it. They're chasing the ghost, that perfect lap that's always just out of reach.
Absolutely. Back in my racing days, I used to call it chasing the dragon. It's that feeling when you know there's still a little more in the tank, a fraction of a second to be found.
These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you are Euro unstoppable.
Couldn't a Euro T have put it better? Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
Armin Suneuler is getting to grips with the Abarth 500 Assetto Corsa in this practice session. Wayne Pearson is on their practice outlap. It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Simon B is in Avenue des Champs A per mille Lysa copyright S. Stefano Canonico is on their practice out lap. Eric Wolfs has a best lap time of 2:31.754. It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Chris Ilduke is on their practice out lap. It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm, where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up a euro, the car, the track, the driver a euro, that's when magic happens.
Boy, these practices Arena Euro T just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
With just 324 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Megasaurus 55 posted a 2:45.369 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 2:35.537. Jury U posted 2:37.280 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 2:35.537. It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Hugh Jass is on their practice out lap. With just 321 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Puppy Dog from Hell posted a 2:34.110 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. Eat a Euro S like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch at Euro, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
You know, mate, some folks wonder why these drivers spend so much time in practice. But it's just like prepping a Barbie, you gotta get it right before the big show.
Exactly. Rob, practice makes perfect, and in racing, perfect can be the difference between pole position and the back of the grid.
Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 2:31.279. Simon B posted 2:43.174 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 318 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. It's a lovely day for racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Richard Rossier posted a 2:32.607 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mr. Bang has a best lap time of 2:31.581. Chris Ilduke posted 2:44.989 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 316 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. So, for those tuning in and wondering what's the go with these practice sessions, well, it ain't just about flexing their engines. It's about synergy, mate. Getting the driver, the car, and the track to sing in harmony.
Couldn't have put it better. We liken it to rehearsing a dance. Every step, every turn must be practiced until it's second nature on the big stage.
It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right, in Indy, we fine-tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
Mr. Bang has a best lap time of 2:31.581. Stefano Canonica is on their first practice flying lap. Megasaurus 55 posted a 2:27.545 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Hugh Jass posted 2:29.868 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Stefano Canonica has a best lap time of 2:29.784. Roll Postmo is on their practice outlap. Richard Rossier has a best lap time of 2:32.406. Wayne Pearson posted a 5:18.022 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it. Starting with that aero package, a Euro, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure, you tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
Get ready for some high-octane action as the drivers take on the challenge of qualifying at Paris Arc de Triomphe.
Let's see who's got the speed and the skills to take the pole position.
Stefano Canonica is on their outlap. Impressive display by Megasaurus 55, currently sitting in position 2. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. Impressive work from Simon B, who has claimed 9th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. It hasn't been the best qualifying session for Eric Wolf so far. They find themselves in 11th position, which is not where they had hoped to be. However, there's still time left on the clock, and they have the opportunity to make improvements. A solid qualifying performance by Stefano Canonica, positioning them in 4th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
I completely agree, Rob. Stefano Canonica has positioned themselves impressively in 4th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
Mr. Bang has secured a respectable 6th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? It's an impressive showing by Megasaurus 55 in qualifying. They have set the bar high, leading the way with their exceptional performance. It's a fantastic position to be in, and they will be looking to convert it into a strong race result.
Spot on analysis, Rob. Megasaurus 55 is currently in a dominant position, setting the standard for their rivals. Their consistent and impressive performance is setting them up for a strong starting position.
Megasaurus 55 has completed their outlap. Stefano Canonica has put in a great effort and currently holds 4th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full? Stefano Canonica has completed their outlap. And there goes Mr. Bang. Mr. Bang has completed their outlap. Currently in 4th, Stefano Canonica has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. What a performance from Roll Postma. They currently occupy 3rd on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot? A disappointing performance from Sloth so far in this qualifying session. Finding themselves in 11th position is certainly not what they were aiming for. However, they have the talent and experience to bounce back and salvage a better result.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Sloth might be disappointed with their current position, but there's still time to make a difference. They'll need to remain composed, analyze the data, and push themselves to the limit to improve their qualifying result.
A strong showing from Roll Postma as they currently sit in 3rd. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
Great analysis, Rob. Roel Postma has shown excellent pace to secure 3rd. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
Roll Postma has completed their first flying lap in 2:28.797. Impressive display by M. Schaaf, currently sitting in position 2. They've set a competitive time. M. Schaaf has just completed that lap in 2:28.414. Their best lap so far is 2:28.395, putting them in P2. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? It's an impressive showing by Wayne Pearson, currently in 9th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Wayne Pearson has done a fantastic job to claim 9th.
Wayne Pearson has just completed a lap in 2:33.336. Let's see if they can improve on their time further. A solid performance from Jury U as they currently hold position 10. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Yorgu's current position of 10th is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
A solid qualifying performance by Hugh Jass, positioning them in 6th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Hugh Jass has positioned themselves impressively in 6th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
Hugh Jass has completed their first flying lap in 2:29.592. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Simon B has just completed that lap in 2:46.287. Their best lap so far is 2:46.287, putting them in P12. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? Stefano Canonica has secured a respectable 4th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? Stefano Canonica will be happy having put themselves into 4th in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
Eric Wolfs has positioned themselves well in 8th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Eric Wolfs' current position of 8th reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
Eric Wolfs has some work to do as that 2:31.279 is only good enough for 7th. It's been a challenging day for Jury U in qualifying. They currently sit in 11th position, which is not reflective of their true potential. With the session, Jury U has some work to do as that 2:37.472 is only good enough for 11th.
There's still more time to be had, but I don't know if they are going to find it before the session is over.
Stefano Canonica has put in a great effort and currently holds 5th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
Spot on analysis, Rob. Stefano Canonica has positioned themselves well in 5th. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
What a performance from M Sharf. They currently occupy second on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favorable starting spot?
You're spot on, Rob.
M Sharf will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Not the ideal start for Sloth in this qualifying session. Currently in 13th position, they'll be eager to put together a strong final lap to improve their standing. The pressure is on, and they'll need to deliver their best performance.
Well said, Rob. It's certainly not the result Sloth was aiming for, but this is...
Sloth has some work to do as that 241.161 is only good enough for 12th. And there goes Stefano Canonica, currently in position 5. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
Absolutely, Rob. Stefano Canonica has put in a remarkable effort to secure 5th. The competition is fierce, and they'll need to stay focused to defend their position.
A challenging session for Jury U so far. They're currently in 11th position, which is not where they wanted to be. But in motorsport, we've seen remarkable comebacks, and they'll be hoping to turn their fortunes around and secure a better result. Jury U has some work to do as that 233.664 is only good enough for 10th.
That's not a bad time, but I am sure they can improve further on that.
A strong showing from Stefano Canonica as they currently sit in 5th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
Great analysis, Rob. Stefano Canonica has shown excellent pace to secure 5th. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
Stefano Canonica will be happy having put themselves into 3rd in this qualifying session. Currently in 9th, Wayne Pearson has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance. Wayne Pearson has some work to do as that 234.675 is only good enough for 9th. Impressive work from Jury U, who has claimed 10th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Incredible drive by Stefano Canonica so far, earning them 3rd on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
Absolutely, Rob. Stefano Canonica has shown great potential to secure 3rd. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
It's been a challenging session for Puppy Dog from Hell. They're currently languishing in 11th position, which is not where they had envisioned themselves. But in motorsport, anything can happen, and with their skill and determination, they might still turn things around.
I completely agree, Rob. Puppy Dog from Hell is in a difficult...
Puppy Dog from Hell has completed their outlap. Impressive display by Stefano Canonica, currently sitting in position 3. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
I completely agree, Rob. Stefano Canonica has positioned themselves impressively in third. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
Disappointing performance from Puppy Dog from Hell in this qualifying session. Currently in 11th position, they'll need to dig deep and find some extra speed to climb up the leaderboard and secure a better starting position for the race.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Puppy Dog from Hell is currently facing a challenging situation, but they have the skills and experience to tackle it head-on. They'll need to stay focused, trust in their abilities, and push themselves to the limit to turn things around.
A solid qualifying performance by Stefano Canonica, positioning them in third at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. Stefano Canonica will be happy having put themselves into third in this qualifying session. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Paris Arc de Triomphe, as we're getting ready to get things underway. Schaaf will be feeling confident starting from pole position. Coming in at second, we have Megasaurus 55. Taking off from the third grid slot is the skilled driver, Stefano Canonica. We're seeing Huge Ass in the fourth spot.
Big things expected for Huge Ass today.
Sitting in fifth, it's Roll Postma. From the middle of the pack, we have Richard Rossio in sixth place on the starting grid. Sitting in seventh is Eric Wolfs. Mr. Bang is lining up eighth. Starting from the ninth position, Wayne Pearson will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win. Jerry Yu will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from 10th on the grid.
that Abarth 500 Assetto Corsa looks like it has some potential.
Starting from 11th on the grid is a bit of a mixed bag for Puppy Dog from Hell. Chris Ilduke has some work to do from 12th on the grid, but they're not out of the race yet. Sloth is in a solid position starting from 13th on the grid.
Where can Sloth put that Abarth 500 Assetto Corsa?
Starting from 14th on the grid is a decent position for Simon B, all things considered. And we're off. As the race begins, drivers must be wary of aggressive moves that can lead to trouble on the first lap.
Now here's the sticky wicket. Gotta be pushy but not too pushy, lest they want to find themselves talking a pit stop sooner than they'd like.
Establishing an early advantage will be crucial to the outcome of this race. This is going to be one hell of a race, I can already feel it. The drivers are jockeying for position. Roll Postma will be looking to get off to a good start and consolidate their position.
The race isn't won in the first turn, but there have been plenty that have ended there, Rob.
Fair dinkum. Sloths tearing up the track like they're late for a barbie, climbing the ranks like nobody's business.
If Sloth can keep this up, they might just become the star of the show today, Rob.
The racing is normally closely fought here at Paris Arc de Triomphe. I think we are in for a cracking race.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this race unfolds.
I think passing is going to be difficult today here at Paris Arc de Triomphe, so it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers get on. It's an intense battle for position as Roll Postma tries to outmaneuver Puppy Dog from Hell. This is edge of your seat racing. Hold on to your hats, folks. Chris Ilduke is right on the heels of Mr. Bang, and we're in for a wild ride. And Chris Ilduke has just won the place from Mr. Bang.
Definitely, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. Chris Ilduke needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
I tell you, mate, the tech in these cars would outshine any gizmo you'd find in a Sydney cafe.
As long as it doesn't make my morning coffee, I'm good. But yeah, the tech here is like something out of Silicon Valley.
It's going to be tough. Chris Ilduke is a master at defending their position. Is there enough time for Mr. Bang to make a move? They're going to be even more determined to hold on to that position. Blimey, Eric Wolfs is sticking to Richard Rossier like a kangaroo to her Joey. At this rate, they'll be side by side as they hit Avenue Duprat, copyright side and Wilson.
It's a thrilling battle for position as these two drivers give it their all. Who will come out on top? This is racing at its finest.
Mr. Bang is running 11th. They are trying to catch Chris Ilduke.
The gap between them is just over 0.8 seconds. Can Mr. Bang close that gap and get back in range? I can't see it happening at this point.
Hang on to your cork hats, mates. We're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Mr. Bang and Chris Ilduke.
I've seen drivers fight G-forces, fatigue, and mental strain. But Mr. Bang is doing more than just enduring, they're thriving. Chris Ilduke better check that rearview mirror.
It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Mr. Bang gaining places and Chris Ilduke losing them.
Where there's a will, there's a relative.
This is what it's all about, folks. Sloth is in hot pursuit of Simon B, who's just trying to stay ahead.
Hey Rob, ever seen a cat toy with a mouse? Kind of feels like what Sloth is doing to Simon B right now, doesn't it?
If racing were a dance, Eric Wolfs would be trying to lead, but Richard Rossier just keeps cutting in. The dance floor is heating up. Hold on to your hats. Roll Postma is gunning for Jerry Yu. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend?
Now, that's some driving, y'all. Roel Postma is putting the pressure on Jorg Yu. It's like watching a cat stalk a bird. They're inching closer with every turn.
I reckon they've had a few secret lessons down under. Roll Postma's just breezed into 6th.
I tell y'all, Roel Postma's hotter than a peppered pickle right now. Bold and spicy, claiming 6th like a champ.
You reckon these drivers do any off-track training? Maybe a bit of kangaroo boxing?
Haha, if they do, sign me up. But I think most stick to wrestling with the steering wheel.
Hold on to your seats. Megasaurus 55's turning the heat up on M Shaft, closing in for the incident alert. Oi, Simon B tried to pull a Steve Irwin and wrestle with the track limits. Track 1, Simon B 0.
Yeehaw, Simon B decided to do a little off-roading. Wrong event, partner.
Blimey, M Shaft's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down a...
Breaking update. Well, Chris Ilduke spinning like my life in 2020. Someone get him a map, or a therapist.
Whoops, Chris Ilduke is going to be kicking themselves.
The chase music's playing in M Shaft's head as they reel in Megasaurus 55, moment by nail-biting moment. Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but M Shaft's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Megasaurus 55. Mate, M Shaft's really giving it a burl out there. Ripping it up like a croc in a waterhole.
I tell y'all, I haven't seen that kind of ferocity since my days at Indy. But you Aussies, always gotta bring up the wildlife, huh?
Fair dinkum, I reckon M Shaft's got that thirsty look in his eyes. Wants to share a cold one with Megasaurus 55 in the front. Good news for M Shaft, the gap to Megasaurus 55 has decreased. It's now down to 0.5. Hold up a mo. By the looks of it, Stefano Canonica reckoned Paris Arc de Triomphe had a hidden shortcut. Too bad there isn't one.
Well, butter my biscuit. Stefano Canonica took a trip to the weeds. Must have thought they were at a barn dance the way they spun around.
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Chris Ilduke is sniffing around Sloth like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of 11th. The gap between Jerry Yu and Mr. Bang is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Jerry Yu to bring Mr. Bang into play. Jerry Yu has just dropped the ball. Mr. Bang didn't waste any time taking advantage of that. Struth. If M Shaft gets any closer to Megasaurus 55, they'll be asking to share a meat pie. Watch them duel it out at Rue de Longchamp. Blimey, Roll Postma is closing in on Jerry Yu like they owe them money. This duel is going to light up Avenue Duprat copyright Silent Wilson.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Who will keep their cool under pressure? Roel Postma or Jorg Yu? It's anyone's race.
The intensity is off the charts as Chris Ilduke hounds Sloth, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Roll Postma is chasing Jerry Yu in P9.
The stopwatch doesn't lie, and the shrinking gap is telling a tale of a hunter closing in on its prize.
Well, that was a proper Barbie flip by Sloth. Too much snagger, not enough bun. Here's some action. Roll Postma's tailgating Jerry Yu so close, it's like they're sharing the same set of wheels as they near Avenue de New York.
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Roel Postma and Jorg Yu, though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
Someone's revved up after lunch. Roll Postma's blitzed ahead, claiming ninth. Buckle up. M. Schaaf is all over Megasaurus 55 like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action? The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown?
Well,
hold up a mo. Looks like Wayne Pearson tried the old "dingo stole my race line" trick. A tad too clever by half. M. Schaaf has the pedal to the metal chasing Megasaurus 55.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
The best laid plans of mice and men hahal, but it's certainly not going to plan for M. Schaaf right now as they are struggling to keep up with Megasaurus 55. It looks like Mr. Bang is pushing hard to catch up to Puppy Dog from Hell. The gap is over a second, but Mr. Bang is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on Puppy Dog from Hell? The gap between Mr. Bang and Puppy Dog from Hell is getting smaller. The excitement is palpable. This is going to be a race for the ages.
The drivers are executing their strategies to perfection, making the most of every opportunity. This is what top-level racing is all about.
The tension is building as Mr. Bang trails behind Puppy Dog from Hell. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can Puppy Dog from Hell hold on, or will Mr. Bang be able to close them down? It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
This is getting heated. With Stefano Canonica nipping at the heels of Chris Ilduc, they're gonna make Place du Trocadero one to remember.
If Stefano Canonica doesn't pick up the pace, hell, they'll be as relevant as an ashtray on a motorbike. It's a close race between Roel Postma and Mr. Bang in 7th.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Roel Postma is giving Mr. Bang a run for their money. Things are gonna get spicy as they round Avenue des Champs A per mille Lisa copyright S.
Mr. Bang wants to close that gap with Roel Postma.
Do they have the speed for a move, and more importantly, do they have the talent?
It's a tense battle for position between Roel Postma in 7th and Mr. Bang in 8th. Roel Postma is keeping Mr. Bang at bay with a gap of 0.3 seconds. And Roel Postma has just lost the place to Mr. Bang. We got a close battle as Jerry Yu closes in on Roel Postma. Whoa. Jerry Yu's on fire, leaving skid marks and Roel Postma's hopes behind. Alright, hold your horses. Roel Postma is really putting the heat on Jerry Yu. If I were Jerry Yu, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
Mate, if I had $1 for every time Roel Postma looked like overtaking, I'd be sipping mojitos on a beach right now.
It doesn't seem like things are going to plan for Wayne Pearson, as they have a big gap ahead of them to close at this point in time. Crikey, Wayne Pearson is losing touch with Jerry Yu quicker than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Stone the Crows. Mr. Bang's in 7th, but if I know them, Puppy Dog from Hell's gonna cop an Aussie-style sneak attack real soon. Mr. Bang seems to be losing the plot with Puppy Dog from Hell. They'll need to buck up their ideas as they dive into Avenue Marceau and aim for a ripper exit to gain some ground. Blimey, M. Shaft's gunning it in 2nd. Just a whisker behind Megasaurus 55. Hope he's got his budgie smugglers on, cause things are about to get wet and wild. Wow, Puppy Dog from Hell is really pushing it. They're coming up fast, Mr. Bang, and there's no way they can make the turn. It's a dynamic landscape out there. Puppy Dog from Hell's shift to 9th is testament to that. Mate, I've always thought choosing a tyre compound is a bit like choosing your favourite Aussie beer. Do you go for something robust that can last, or something that gives a quick hit but might wear out fast?
Haha, well, I reckon it's more like our North Carolina barbecue sauces. Some like it sweet and long-lasting, others prefer that quick tangy kick. But I'll tell ya, getting it wrong is like biting into a pepper when you're expecting a blueberry.
The pressure is on for M. Shaft as they try to catch up to Megasaurus 55. It's not going to plan for M. Shaft. They are still behind Megasaurus 55 and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. Tell ya what, Richard Rossier is trailing like my mate Dave after a bender. Hope there's no random testing today.
Look, Richard Rossier's pace is a lot like my dance moves. Good intentions, questionable execution.
Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. M. Shaft's not letting Megasaurus 55 have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, Megasaurus 55, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate.
The rubber's burning, the crowd's yearning, and M. Shaft's engine is churning to get past Megasaurus 55.
Stop the press. Just like my hope in finding the one, Richard Rossier's direction seems a bit lost right now. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
Y'all see that? Mr. Bang's right on Yorgu's tail, and with the gap narrowing, Avenue du Pro copyright site at Wilson is going to be crucial.
There's a storm brewing, and it's got M. Shaft's name on it. Megasaurus 55, batten down the hatches, it's coming for you. Looks like Wayne Pearson is chasing Puppy Dog from Hell harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right? Tell ya what, M. Shaft's got more guts than a croc in a boxing ring. Closing that gap and breathing down the neck of Megasaurus 55. Hope Megasaurus 55 brought the aeroguard, cause is about to get bitten. Gee whiz, Mr. Bang is breathing down Jerry Yu's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Jerry Yu's rearview mirror right now, it's getting crowded.
At this rate, Mr. Bang and your Yu are so close, they could share a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Mr. Bang needs to get more consistent. Hell, they have just put in a slower lap than Jerry Yu. Megasaurus 55 wants to find a way round M shaft.
To achieve anything in this game, you must be prepared to dabble in the boundary of disaster.
The adrenaline is pumping as Jerry Yu gets within striking distance of Mr. Bang in their race for 7th. You can feel the focus radiating from Sloth, confidently holding on to the 11th.
They say racing's a game of nerves, and Sloth's surely holding theirs, keeping that 11th spot warm.
Sloth's lead is shrinking faster than ice cream in the outback sun. At this rate, Chris Iljuk will be on their tail in 21.7 seconds.
That's a worrying sign for Sloth.
No room for error here. Missed, hold up a mo. That won't be ideal for Hugh Jass. Not much room to breathe for Jerry Yu with Mr. Bang trailing so close. I reckon we'll see a move soon, especially at Avenue Daia Copyright NA. Mr. Bang is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.78 seconds down. It looks like Megasaurus 55 has found another gear in the last sector of the race.
You got this. Keep your cool.
The gap between M Shaft and Megasaurus 55 may be wide, but that doesn't mean M Shaft is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance. And that, folks, is how it's done. A solid performance and great win from M Shaft. Impressive second place finish for Megasaurus 55. That was an outstanding performance from Hugh Jass. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium. Fourth is Eric Wolfs. Coming in 12th we have Simon B. In 5th, it's Richard Rossier. Roll Postma end in 6th. Seventh sees Mr. Bang. Jerry Yu brings home 8th. Puppy Dog from Hell take 9th. Lars in 15th. followed by Armin Suneuler in 16th. Finishing 10th is Sloth. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Paris Arc de Triomphe, as we're getting ready to get things underway. Sloth will be looking to convert their pole position into a win. Holding strong in second place is Puppy Dog from Hell. Jury U is third. We see Mr. Bang sitting in the fourth spot.
What can they do with that Abarth 500 Assetto Corsa from here?
In the fifth position, we have Roel Postma ready to tackle the race ahead.
Let's see what Roel Postma can do.
Our sixth place starter, Richard Rossier, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track. The seventh starting position belongs to Eric Wolfs, who will be looking to make up ground early on. As the engines roar to life, Hugh Jass prepares to take off from the 8th position on the starting grid. On the 9th grid slot we have Megasaurus 55.
They've got the heart of a lion, and they won't back down from a challenge.
Lining up in 10th is M. Schaaf. Chris Ilduke has got their work cut out for them, starting from 11th on the grid. Simon B will need to be on top of their game, starting from 12th on the grid. Wayne Pearson may not be starting from pole, but they're still in with a shot.
Wayne Pearson has been looking strong all week. Expect big things.
Stefano Canonico is placed in 14th. The green flag is out and we're racing. Who's going to take the lead?
With hearts racing and engines roaring, they've got to be smarter than the average bear to navigate this here minefield.
Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here.
Well, butter my cornbread, Stefano Canonica's playing it cool and steady. Maybe they're just enjoying the beautiful here at Paris Arc de Triomphe. Can't blame them.
These early salvos will shape the outcome of this race.
It all comes down to this Rob, where the rubber meets the road. There's no more time for talk, no more practice. The teams have done all they can, now it comes down to Mr. Bang to bring it home.
It's like Hugh Jass had a pair of wings tucked away, because they've soared up the leaderboard in the blink of an eye.
Dang, that was a lightning fast start. But these races can be long. Gotta see if they can keep up that momentum.
There's some intense battling throughout the field as everyone is looking to get off to a good start.
It's always intense racing here at Paris Arc de Triomphe. Hold on to your hats, folks.
Well, colour me impressed. Hugh Jass has darted up the leaderboard. Reckon KS_Abarth 500_Assetto Corsa's got a bit of extra grunt under the hood here in Paris.
A blazing start for Hugh Jass, but as we all know, slow and steady can still win the race. Let's see if they can hold on to their advantage.
Oh, this is getting intense. Wayne Pearson is just behind Stefano Canonica.
Should things go awry, Wayne Pearson and Stefano Canonica might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much as the spectators.
Things are getting spicy as Eric Wolfs is breathing down Sloth's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. In the grand chessboard of racing, Eric Wolfs appears to have just been checked. Now stationed at 5th.
Sucks to be them raw.
Disappointing for Eric Wolfs, they now find themselves in 8th.
Hold the horses. Looks like Eric Wolfs has decided to give the rest a fighting chance, slidden down a tad.
With every twist and turn, M. Scharf is shadowing Hugh Jass, waiting to pounce like a lion on the hunt. Ripper of a move. M. Scharf's not just in the race, they're owning it. G'day, 6th. A great pass for M. Scharf as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Hugh Jass has lost ground. Wayne Pearson is on a mission, chasing Sloth, who's desperately trying to stay ahead.
It's a pressure cooker out there. Every second shaved off means Wayne Pearson's a step closer to tasting victory.
As they speed through Avenue d'Ali, M. Scharf is relentlessly pursuing Jury U in a high-stakes battle for position. An impressive showing from M. Scharf, who has gained positions and left Jury U in the dust.
I've always said, it's not the car, it's the driver. And M. Scharf's proving that point right.
Hugh Jass wants to get into Jury U slipstream. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Wayne Pearson is breathing down the neck of Sloth, not giving them any room to relax. Great driving from Wayne Pearson, who has just gained a place and moved up to 11th. You know, racing is all about strategy. It's like choosing between a sausage sizzle and a meat pie.
Sausage sizzle? Why not just grab a burger and call it a day? But I get your point. Strategy is everything out here.
The action is non-stop as Mr. Bang shadows Sloth through every twist and turn, determined to claim 10th.
It's a battle of nerves now. Who will make the first mistake? Mr. Bang or Sloth? This is high-stakes racing.
It's a game of inches now as Eric Wolfs tails Wayne Pearson closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake. Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Eric Wolfs for nabbing 12th. Ever felt like you're being watched? Bet Sloth's getting that vibe right about now with Eric Wolfs lurking.
You ever tail someone to a secret fishing spot? Feels like Eric Wolf sees Sloth as the catch of the day.
It's a challenging situation for Sloth. They're sandwiched between their fierce competitors, Eric Wolf's 0.2 seconds away and Mr. Bang 0.2 seconds ahead. They'll need to stay sharp and find an opportunity to make a move.
You're right on the money, Rob. Sloth is caught between two determined rivals, and the gaps to the cars ahead and behind add an extra layer of complexity. It's a delicate balance between defense and seeking opportunities.
Stop the press. Whoa. Armin Sunoiler took the corner like my Uncle Baz after a six-pack of Euro all over the shop.
Sweet cornbread. Armin Sunoiler must have thought there's a Walmart sale off the track the way they went off.
The crowd is on its feet as Sloth chases down Wayne Pearson through Rue de Longchamp.
Watch out now. Sloth said,
Hold on a moment, boy.
Is it just me or?
Nah, mate, Simon B. really just took the scenic route through the outback of Paris Arc de Triomphe. Crikey.
Well, butter my biscuit. Simon B. just did the hokey pokey right in the middle of the race.
Whoa there. Puppy Dog from Hell is sticking to Chris Hill Duke like glue. You reckon Chris Hill Duke's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would. Get ready, folks. With Mr. Bang tailing this close to Eric, Wolf's Boulevard Delazert is about to become a hotspot. Well, if it isn't Sloth, the wild wallaby of the track, hopping right off the tarmac. Cricky. Mr. Bang's sticking to Eric. Wolf's like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights.
As we say in North Carolina, if the porch light's on, someone's home. And Mr. Bang's making it known. He's right there, waiting to make his move on Eric.
Hold up a mo. Now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line.
Dang, Stefano Canonica decided to cut loose like it's spring break, 89. Wrong party, pal.
This race has turned into a game of cat and mouse. Puppy Dog from Hell is the predator, with Chris Hill Duke firmly in their sights.
I think they are going to take them.
Mate, are they packing something extra down under? Puppy Dog from Hell's just rocketed into 8th.
Impressive. Puppy Dog from Hell is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Superb driving from, sorry to interrupt here, but, oh dear, Chris Hill Duke has had an incident. Mr. Bang is giving it their all as they chase down Eric, Wolf's in P8.
Did we just witness a gambit?
It seems Mr. Bang is recalibrating, now at 10th. Fantastic move from Mr. Bang, who has just gained a position.
That kind of move, that's what happens when you mix horsepower with a dash of southern charm.
Oh, the chase is on. Lars is breathing down the neck of Wayne Pearson.
I've seen molasses move faster than this. Just kidding, but Lars is surely making Wayne Pearson feel the heat. It's a southern summer showdown out here.
Coming into Place du Trocadero, the fight for 8th is heating up. Who will be the first to blink?
If Mr. Bang pushes too hard, they might find themselves exploring the scenic route, and nobody's got time for sightseeing during a race.
Mr. Bang and Eric, Wolves have a gap between them that's growing like Jack's beanstalk. We're talking 0.4 seconds now. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed.
The gap between them is now just over 0.7 seconds. Who will come out on top?
Bloody oath, Lars is flat out like a lizard drinking, gnawing into the gap to Wayne Pearson down to a scant 0.4 seconds.
Now this is what we call real racing. It's anyone's race, wide open as a Carolina sky. Who's gonna step up and take us to victory lane?
This is edge of the seat stuff. Mr. Bang is relentlessly hunting down Eric, Wolves. Who'll blink first?
The gap's closing, the clock's ticking, and the finish line awaits its champion.
Did you hear about the race car driver who got a parking ticket? He said it was fine with him.
Oh, that one's got some mileage.
It's a great day, and the tarmac's heating up, and these tires are getting a proper workout.
Speaking of which, tire management is such an underrated skill. Knowing when to push hard and when to conserve, it's like a strategic dance out there on the asphalt.
Look at that, Eric. Wolf's is hot on the tail of Mr. Bang. Boy, Eric, Wolf's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curbs smoother than a croc sliding into water. Mr. Bang's got a battle ahead. I'm curious, Hal, can you tell us about any pre-race rituals you had when you were racing?
Of course, Rob. Before every race, I would listen to a specific playlist of songs to help me get in the zone. I also had a lucky pair of socks that I would wear during races. It may sound silly, but those little rituals helped me feel prepared and focused.
Every gear shift, every pedal push, Armin Sunoiler's got one goal in mind, capturing Wayne Pearson's spot.
The mental game is just as important here. Armin Sunoiler must keep their cool while putting pressure on Wayne Pearson.
Fair dinkum, Armin Sunoiler is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Wayne Pearson is now down to a whisker at 0.3 seconds. This isn't just racing, it's a duel. Watch as Eric, Wolf zeroes in on Mr. Bang, blade sharpened and ready.
Looks like Eric. Wolf's has got more moves than a cowboy in a honky-tonk bar. Mr. Bang better watch out or he'll be two-stepped right off the track.
Eric, Wolf's is giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Mr. Bang. It's like chasing a roux on a motorbike. The race has its rhythm, and right now, Lars is dancing to its beat at 12th.
You've nailed it. The track is a battleground, and Lars's position is their fortress. Let's see how long they hold the fort.
Richard Rossier seems to be putting the pressure on Hugh Jass.
There is no room for error in this battle.
It's an intense battle for position as Armin Sunoiler tries to outmaneuver Wayne Pearson. This is edge-of-your-seat racing.
The chase between Armin Sunoiler and Wayne Pearson is like a high-speed game of tag only. The stakes are much higher.
It's not looking good for Armin Sunoiler. They are still behind Wayne Pearson and the gap is increasing. They are going to need to dig a bit deeper to turn this around. Look at this. Mr. Bang is practically drafting off Puppy Dog from hell. With the gap this small, Rue Benjamin Franklin is going to be a real test.
That's right, Rob. The pressure is palpable. The fans are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see who will come out on top in this epic showdown.
The gap between Armin Sunoiler and Wayne Pearson is razor thin as they vie for 10th in this nail-biting contest.
This is the moment where legends are made. These drivers will go down in history as the ones who fought tooth and nail for the top spot.
Things are heating up as Puppy Dog from hell closes in on Mr. Bang. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. Talk about intense. Armin Sunoiler is on Wayne Pearson's bumper. We're in for a treat as they're, sorry to interrupt here, but, oh, mate, that's how I used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right line, but definitely entertaining.
Well, butter my biscuit, Eric. Wolf's has lost it like I lost my patience with that old carburetor of mine. A real test of character.
The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Stefano Canonica's inching ever closer to Jury U. Oh mate, Wayne Pearson's impersonating a lost tourist. Did someone forget to tell them it's a race, not a bushwalk?
By the looks of it, Wayne Pearson's been taking driving tips from them Duke boys. Ain't the Dukes of Hazzard, friend.
Things are heating up as Eric Wolfs tries to close the gap to Armin Sunoiler.
In this high-speed game of chess, it's all about strategy. Who will make the next move?
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit. Great effort from Wayne Pearson. Their last lap was the best we have seen from them.
The more laps they do, the faster these guys get. This should make for some great racing, Rob.
As we enjoy seeing these titans of the track battle it out, let's not forget about the pit crews. Those guys and girls are like a well-oiled machine themselves.
Absolutely. They're the unsung heroes of the racing world. But you know what they say, behind every great driver is an even greater pit crew.
Oi, Wayne Pearson, ever tried tailgating at a barbie? Cos Eric Wolf's grill is getting a good look now. Try the snags while you're at it. Struth, Eric Wolfs is driving like they've stolen it, putting some serious distance between themselves and Wayne Pearson. Oh no, what's this? Jury U has pulled into the pits. I've seen kangaroos jump less than the sparks between Eric Wolfs and Armin Sunoiler. It's almost like a Saturday night date, but with a lot more rubber burning. Eric Wolfs is falling behind Armin Sunoiler at a rate of knots. They're going to need some serious pedal power to close that gap. Ladies and gents, we've got ourselves a high-speed pursuit. Wayne Pearson is stalking Eric Wolf's every move.
This ain't a track, it's a coliseum, and the gladiators are putting on one hell of a show.
Remember when we thought Wayne Pearson had peaked? Think again. They're harnessing every bit of downforce and it's making Eric Wolf's mirrors awfully busy. Did you ever think about the physics at play here? The G-forces these drivers feel, especially during tight corners. It's mind-boggling.
Absolutely, Rob. And it's not just the car's engineering but the human body's resilience and adaptability. The way these drivers train to withstand and use those forces to their advantage. It's an art form combined with sheer grit.
Wayne Pearson is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. You can see that car bouncing around as they ride the curves. It's a risky move that could end in disaster.
While Armin Sunoiler is not under immediate threat from Eric Wolfs, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position.
It's a game of inches and miles. Right now, Armin Sunoiler's got the miles, and Eric Wolfs is counting the inches.
Armin Sunoiler is on a charge. Their split time shows they have upped their pace. Breaking news, folks. Looks like that's a mistake from Mr. Bang. This could be costly. Looks like Eric Wolf's strategy might just be to let the rest of them die of old age. It's a waiting game now. Eric Wolfs appears to be losing ground on Armand Sunoiler. They will need to pick up the pace a bit as they head into Avenue des Champs a Pamil Lysa Copyright S and see if they can get a good exit and gain some ground. As the race settles down, the drivers are really going at it.
It's like watching a high-speed game of chess. One wrong move and it could be game over. But these drivers are masters of their craft, always thinking 3 steps ahead.
That's right. And with the way they're maneuvering those cars, it's like they have superpowers.
It's almost like they have the power of flight, but instead of flying, they're speeding down the track like rockets.
I wonder if they have any spare rocket boosters for sale. It's like Roll Postma has saved all their energy for this final stretch.
They're not leaving anything on the table.
At this stage of the race, Megasaurus 55 is holding on to first. Anything can happen from here.
They're not just driving, they're performing. And right now, Megasaurus 55's act from first is worth an encore.
The leader has just finished the race. A fantastic result for Megasaurus 55. Roll Postma takes second place with a fantastic race.
Brilliant. Roel Postma showed great skill and determination to take second place.
Well done to Hugh Jass for securing third place on the podium. Taking fourth is Richard Rossier. Coming in fifth, we have Stefano Canonica, with Jerry Yu in sixth. Seventh is Mr. Bang. In eighth, it's Puppy Dog from Hell. Ninth sees Armand Sunoiler. Eric Wolfs in 10th. Wayne Pearson claim 11th. Finishing 12th is Chris Ilduke. Sloth end in 13th. Simon B take 14th.